Hey y'all, this is Asian Ultimate Life, the podcast number 7. I'm Jared Connors. I'm here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, Asian Ultimate Life Central. And this week I was lucky enough to be joined by Megna, Shankaranarayanan, and Sangeetha Manoharan. They are the captains of India's women's national ultimate team, who will be headed in June to the World Ultimate Guts Championship in London. For this, they could still use your help, and later on the podcast, we will show you who to email and how you can get involved in helping the Indian women's team make the trip out to London. So enjoy. We used Google Hangouts this week. Had some technical problems early, but it turned out pretty awesome. So here we go.
India, Worlds, women's team, first time. I know you've been thinking and hearing about this a lot, but still, how does that sound?
More real now than it has, I think, over the last 6 months. Because when we went as a mixed division from India to the Beach Worlds, Sangi and I came back to India thinking we will have to send a women's division soon, and the sooner we get to make that happen, the better. We did kind of channel in all our efforts, but it looks like it's all coming together with the fundraising going really well and close to about 16 players with their visas in hand. So we're definitely going to feel the squad at London, and I think it feels more real now than it has ever felt.
Yeah, I think at one point of time when we were just, talking about this and it was in conversation and nothing more, we were sort of worried if we'll have enough players to even put together a team or to have tryouts. And we didn't know where to generate that interest from.
Well, was it interest or was it finance? Was that the problem?
I think we both to a large extent.
Yeah.
So we didn't know. We primarily play mixed. We don't have too many opens and women's formats in India, and when we do, they attract about 4 to 5 teams. So we didn't know if a tryout would attract a lot of interest. We were hoping that we would attract at least 40 to 50 women players, and it ended out that we had about 80 women players trying out. So it worked out really well. But finance, of course, was one of the biggest concerns that we had, especially given that it's in London. Everything's expensive, not to mention the flights. But I think we got on that job fairly soon in the game. Probably November 2015 is when we started our fundraising efforts. So.
All right. Now, you said that coming off of Dubai was when you guys said, all right, now is the time. Now is the time for India to send a women's team. Why? Why did you think about it then? Why did it pop into your head as an idea then?
It was just that I think at Dubai we saw a lot of women's divisions coming in, and it was more a question of why not rather than why. And when we see a lot of countries doing this, there are a lot of women players who played mixed, and I think a lot of club Asia. And attracting women players has always been, I think, a concern for many club teams currently as well. So I think with Sangi and me having that conversation, it was more that we need to have role models, we need to have something to aspire towards, because if we are sending a men's team and a mixed team to Worlds, and then we are talking about not enough participation at the Opens and women's divisions, somehow it doesn't, come together as a circle. So we wanted to ensure that we have equal representation when it comes to sending divisions to the Worlds. And hopefully that would spark off some interest in ensuring that the Opens and women's teams or tournaments or formats attract enough participation.
And just to add on to that, somewhere it was also giving a lot of women quick exposure and therefore increasing the skill level in our country. If we mixed is where our heart lies. India loves mixed. But if we want to, we don't have the space to send 20 women players on a mixed team and for them to have lots of game time. So women's is the way, to grow, because each division has its own, different skill levels it needs and different learnings you get out of it.
2015 Dubai, you guys sent
3 teams.
Yep, an open team, a mixed team, and an open masters team.
Yes. Yep.
So a few women and a lot of guys.
Eight, I think, to be precise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But now,
not the kind of party we want to be attending, but yeah, nevertheless.
but now, all right. So headed up to London. You guys are sending women's, mixed, open masters. Is that it? 4 teams?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, 4 divisions to London, and hopefully the under-20 men's team to Poland.
Is that still that's still hopefully?
That's still, the money isn't raised as yet, so I think till such time that we have the money well within our reach, we would kind of phrase that as hopefully.
Okay. All right. Oh, well, I hope that God, I hope that goes because I chat with Guru occasionally and he's just totally excited for that. So and I'm excited for him and the rest of those guys. So I hope
Oh man, we are totally excited. Under 20 and Team India Open just had a match at Sakat, which is a regional tournament. And under 20 beat the Team India Open squad on Universe. It was by far, I think, one of the best games that I watched this year. So I'm really excited for both Team India Open and under 20 men.
Well, that's exciting, and that's what I'm noticing in the lead up to Worlds from you guys. All y'all are getting around, all your teams, and are very excited. A lot of chatter on the interwebs. It's really exciting.
I think in India, it's not a state country. So we've been traveling once every month for a training camp, which is 3 to 5 days, and that's never happened before. So there are players from Delhi, Ahmedabad, Bombay, Chennai, Pondicherry, at least on the women's squad, who keep moving about and playing with different players. And for us, it's also important because it's not one club team that's sending a representation as much as different players from different club teams. And I think the cross-pollination is helping the community at large.
Awesome. Now you named a few of those places where players come from, and I'm sorry, my Indian geography is very weak. How far are players traveling for your training camps?
Okay, so I think Bombay and so Delhi is, I think, the farthest point. Most of our camps happen down south, and that's, say, a 2.5-hour flight. The kilometers for you, I don't know that myself, but yeah, it's a 2.5-hour flight from Delhi to Chennai or Bangalore.
Or it's a 36-hour train journey to get to camp from Delhi or Ahmedabad.
Yeah, that's true. 36-hour from Ahmedabad or 42-hour train journey.
Wow, 36 hours. Wow, that's a long way. And one thing I've loved about Indian Ultimate and when you guys come together is that India is a very diverse place, languages, religions, etc. I'm curious, how many different languages are spoken on the team?
I think we have 8 languages on the team.
Cool. That's so cool.
We have quite a few people on the squad who are bilingual or trilingual.
So 8 languages. Now, excuse us who don't know a whole lot about India. For example, what 8 languages would those be?
So we speak English, of course, and then there's Tamil, there's Kannada, there's Gujarati, there's Hindi, and Sabine, of course, speaks German, Chiai speaks Japanese, and Smriti speaks French. So those are the 8 languages.
Cool. Oh, that's so cool. And so this trip. Now you're bringing people in from all over India to play on the women's team. What do you think this is going to mean for India women's ultimate moving forward?
It's going to mean exposure, which means women who are really skilled get to step out of their comfort zone and they get to see maybe something, things they can improve on, or different kinds of play, or meet different people. You know how ultimate players are sort of similar everywhere. It's so easy to get along with one. I'm hoping people um, keep aside their differences and just mingle and make friends. So that is, exposure part of it with regard to skills and people. And I also think it's going to mean it's going to be, see, it's the first ever women's team, right? Which means it is the first step for many more things, many more hopefully great things to come from women's ultimate and from India ultimate. So we're going to take this campaign back as a learning experience with regard to how to run a fund, how to crowdfund, or how to run a campaign, how to pick coaches, how to put a team together, and what everything that goes behind sending a team. And it is going to inspire many more campaigns to come, and hopefully like under 24 women's team or an under 20 women's team in the next couple of years.
Now, you talk a lot about what goes on outside with the crowdfunding and the organization, but you guys are training hard. You're trying to get better as players and as a team. What are you expecting from when you get on the field up there? When it becomes 14 players and a disc on the field. What do you want to see from your team?
I think from the team, what we'd really like to see is cohesion. I think we've really come together as a squad after 5 training camps. And we'd like to see our plans go as is, or as we've practiced. And we're really looking forward to play in impeccable grass fields. So when you said what is it that you look forward most in London, the first thing that cropped up is a great grass field to play ultimate on.
So you haven't been playing on what you consider great grass fields in India?
I don't think they exist.
I'd have to agree. It is such a difficult resource to find. So yeah, we haven't found it yet. It's like that part at the end of the rainbow.
All right. So we're getting close. We're getting. God, you guys are headed off. You guys are flying to London pretty soon now, just in a few weeks, eh?
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
But you could still use some financial help, I'm thinking.
That's right. We're about £6,000 short of our target. So what we're doing is accepting donations into the Ultimate Players Association of India account.
So for all you out there who have been listening, if you guys want to support the Indian Women's Ultimate Team's trip to London, contact the Ultimate Players Association of India. You can send them some cash. Definitely a good cause. It's exciting. I'm really excited for you guys.
It's really encouraging, Jared, to see, I think, a lot of eyes on the Indian women's community per se. So we've been following, I think, the German women's team and the Netherlands women's team, all of them putting up these videos saying which is the team that you're most looking forward to play. And yeah, sure, while everybody says US because they are clearly the champions, there's a bunch who do say we are looking forward to playing against the Indian women, and hopefully we'll give everybody a good time when we get to London.
Yeah, and I personally can't wait for Asia Ultimate to take over the world.
We're on our way. We're on our way. Well, how about I ask you guys? Who are you guys looking forward to playing?
I think the team is a mixed bunch. We had this discussion a while back, and personally, I'm looking forward to playing against Germany because just we had such a great time playing against Germany mixed in Dubai.
Such a good time. It was the best game ever. It was so spirited. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, in Grandmasters, we had a great game with those guys too. By far, the best spirited team we played in Dubai.
Totally. I think they took us by storm almost. So just before the game started, the captain walked over and said, hey, we want to play our national anthem. Is that okay with you? And we're like, yeah, sure, go on. And we stand for their national anthem. And as soon as their national anthem gets done, they actually play our national anthem. And we were all blown out of our minds by that gesture. We were like, you actually took the time to download our national anthem and play it to us before the start of the game. That's brilliant.
Yeah, and you know how you keep thinking of Ultimate as a recreational sport? You're like, it's something that you go play on the weekend. Even though you try very hard to change that mindset, somewhere you think, yeah, okay, Ultimate is not cricket or Ultimate is not basketball. And the moment they played that national anthem, I was like, oh, okay, this is the real deal. I'm representing my country. Like,
yeah, I mean that's another moment of it getting real. I mean, you're playing for the Indian team. You know, you're representing your country. You've been selected out of a lot of players to represent your country.
Oh, nice shirt.
A little old school for you.
I also look forward to playing the Japanese team if they are in our pool, and any other Asian team I will definitely be watching out for, because we've already, we have friends in these teams, and it's nice to see them out there representing their own countries.
Oh, the Japanese women, like, amazing. Just, it's a team I love to watch. I mean, when I show people what good Ultimate is, of all the YouTube videos, I will always go to a U.S. versus Japan women's game. Like, they just have games. Soon it'll be the Indian games. I'll say, oh, you want to see good Ultimate? I'll show you the There's a lot of talent, a lot of talent in your country. It was exciting to play Chennai this last year, and to see all those kids flying all over the sand was amazing. And I was excited. It was fun because I got to play with some of your teammates, with Bhavya and Manju, and who are awesome, and it's just so much fun to play with. So.
Bhavya is our spirit captain along with Chiai, and it was completely democratic. None of us thought about it, but Bhavya is the youngest player on the squad, and Chiai is the oldest. That's, I think, 17 and 36. So.
17?
Yep.
Bhavya is 17, yes.
Oh, God. She's already a legend.
She is.
Hey, I guess I will let you guys go. It's been great chatting with you guys. And everybody who listened in on this, please send some money to the Ultimate Players Association of India. Say you want to help the Indian women's team make the trip to London. And that's a great cause, and they're training really hard, and they're really awesome people. So help them out.
Thanks a bunch for doing this, Jared. If anybody has any questions about making a donation, you could just drop an email to megnashanky@gmail.com.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for taking the time to do this.
Thanks a bunch, Jared, for doing this.
And good luck. Good luck in London.
Thank you.
Good luck in the lead up, the trainings. Have fun. Enjoy every minute of it. Just absolutely enjoy the experience. I know you will. I'm super jealous. If it wasn't somewhere expensive like London, if it wasn't crazy expensive, I would be there with you.
Oh, man.
So, next time. Anyway, for Megna and Sangeetha, I'm Jared. This is Asian Ultimate Life. This was sort of like a podcast, I guess. And I will see you all soon. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. See ya.
See you guys.
Bye. Megna Shankaranarayanan and
Well done. Well done, Jared. You actually got my last name. Bang on.